Welcome to Insane in Endgame. I have a bunch of puzzles prepared that are supposed to be very dynamic, but it looks very fun to me. So I hope you will enjoy finding the right answers to these, and I'll try to keep up with the chat and read the comments and to be able to have a nice pace, not too fast, not too slow. So let's dive in. This is the first position. It's black to move, and what would you do? I'm working on it. I have a really horrible Wi-Fi. Ah, I see. So yeah, perfect. A bunch of our people saw Rook D1, perfect. Yeah, so the basic idea is you're going to play Rook D1, if take H2, and voila. Whoops, sorry. Okay. This one, black to move. Okay, I'm getting ideas with bishop b7, d5, and rook f6. I'm gonna stay at the move in about 10 more seconds. If you want, instead of just one movers, you can give me more than one move and we can think about it. So if you're saying, for example, d5, keep going. Say if, okay, when the pawn takes, what do you do next? If the pawn doesn't take and like I take the rook, then what do you do?
Okay.
Okay, so I have a line of d5, cd5, ed5 if the king takes the rook, knight d4. Okay, I agree with that. But what if d5, take, the king takes? What do you do next? Okay, yeah, cool. Bishop e6. If you take over here, what do you do? Check. If you take over here, I mean, if you just go back, check, you win the queen. If king d6, check, win. Great. Next one. Again, blacks you move. Tracy? Comments? Yeah, some of the our online audience found the right move. Should I say it? Take it, mate. Think about the checks. Always think about the checks. Because if you miss the check, you're gonna miss the mate. Okay, this one is also pretty interesting. It might look slightly weird, so don't beat yourself up if you can't find it, because it's, well, hint, it's not a check. Ken asked, what if bishop g6, rook e7? Well, right now you're a piece up, so if rook e7, at least, and your pieces are, none of your 3 pieces that are under attack are going to be taken the next move, because the rook on e7 is kind of hanging. So yeah, always count the pieces first. Well, I mean, rook e7 is possible. I mean, if you want to play bishop g6, you should definitely think about rook e7, just because that's one of the viable moves. But it's not necessarily the only move. Well, okay, first of all, if you're, for those of you who are thinking about bishop g6, think about take back first, and if not take back, then the rook has to move. So then think about, if the rook moves, where do you want to take, like, how do you want to play if the rook, black rook from e8 moves away? And Gary Wright was also right. So if bishop g6, rook e7, knight f5. And if bishop takes the knight, you take back with the bishop, and the e5 pawn is still pinned. So this pawn is pinned, can't really take it. You're also attacking. So if take, it's still pinned, and you can't take. So yeah, now think about what if take back, what if take the bishop, and if not take the bishop, then where the rook can go. Okay, so I don't know how to say this. Chenu 42? I'm trying.
I think it's Shnu.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah.
He is right. Yeah, Ken is also right. So if take, we agree of take, and you just take this gun and just move the knight somewhere and just put it back. So what if not take? What if, let's say, whoops, rook c8? So the problem is if you take on e5, well, I mean, it's not that much of a problem. You should still be able to do that. But now you have to, I mean, I think this should be good enough too. Because if take, take, this should still, you should be good with this. But there is a move that seems better, knight e6. And basically take, take, where do you want to put the rook? Here, now bishop f7. This is a cleaner win. What about if rook goes to b8? So knight e6 doesn't really work anyways, because there's this rook c8. So nice of you to join us, Joseph Silbiger. Yeah, Ken is right. Just take the pawn. If the knight goes to g4, take the other pawn. And you take this piece. Yeah, this wasn't as entertaining as the last one, but you guys did well. I'm proud. All right, next one. It's white to move again. I mean, they're having pieces more and no compensation for opponents should be good enough. Still about the last position. So I read stuff about mate with rook h1, which is possibly true in one of the variations, but it's not as straightforward. So if you take on h7 right now, it's not as straightforward. So you have the right idea, just not the exact. Okay, Paul found one of the lines. So now think of, okay, so you found if rook e5, d5, you found the mate. Great. What if rook takes e5, rook takes the knight? Because that knight is the problem that's going to give the check on g6, right? So So we said, we said if take, mate. What about take, if you take on e5, take back on f4? Paul was right again. Rook e8. If rook f8, then bishop c4, white wins. What if rook e8, king moves up? Yeah. Okay, Paul is right again. So Paul was right all of this puzzle. Yeah, you just get a piece, happy ending. All right, perfect. Next one. This one is black to move. So it's good that you guys are thinking about checks the first, but in this specific situation, after you're done thinking about checks, maybe think about takes, and after you're done with that, think about moves with threats. So, yeah, Julian has a nice idea of knight f3. Now, just think about if that idea works. So yeah, Brian, if the king goes to g1, yes, knight f3 is mate. But if bishop g2, what if knight takes on g2? So yeah, keep thinking about the first move knight f3 idea and see if that works. Okay, so yes, knight f3 is threatening mate, but if you play knight f3, okay, if the queen takes, you take mate. But right now, if it was black to move again, black can't really take on here because queen h2 and it defends. So, whoops. So right now, after knight f3, what's the best move for white? Well, not exactly, because even giving up the queen won't help. So, Elias talked about bishop e4. Yeah, bishop e4 is the move to think about. So maybe think about that. Yes, bishop e4 is the best move for white, supposedly. Now, how do you mate? Yeah, Mikhail found it. Perfect. Good job. Ready for next one? This one is white. This one isn't that hard. It's just material stuff. Yeah, Paul found it. Good job. Now, if anybody wants to give more details, more welcome. If not, we can move on. If take, you just take this, and this is coming next. Or this. Yeah, good job, everybody. Okay, it's white to move. This one is also pretty cool. So the way to think about it is, first of all, see what's the problem. And as soon as you see what is the problem right now, then figure out the best way to distract the piece that's causing you the problem, basically. Yeah, we have a bunch of people finding it. Good job. So you see the problem is that you want to take the queen, but your back rank is weak. So this is the piece that's causing you problems, so you distract the piece. And as soon as take, you take back, and next move you're doing this and creating a new queen. So yeah, good job. White to move again.
I'm sorry, my phone has
It's
a
okay.
problem. It's a big problem.
Okay, we have a bunch of people finding it. Perfect. Yeah, Benjamin, Walmer, good job. Also Paul, also other people who saw it, but I just didn't name them, sorry. Okay, yeah, good job. So basically after take, the king has to take back, bishop c5, you're kind of suffocating the king, or putting the king in a corner, or whatever metaphor you want to use, and then the next move, rook a3 mate, is inevitable. This one is white to move. Yeah, cool. So many people found it. So how does knight h7 work? Well, see, if you take it, I just take this guy and I'm most likely going to win this endgame. It's gonna be hard, but it's at least more winnable than this situation. And if after knight h7 You take this, I take back with the check, and then I take it. Yeah, and if you do anything else, I'm basically gonna take your pieces, so. This one is black to move. Yeah, so many people found it. Cool. So yeah, basically you do this check, and the idea is take, check, mate. Perfect. So what about this one? So I'm getting knight f3s, but please continue. So tell me knight f3, what if after take? Or not take? Well, it's not mate, because after knight, if gf3, queen g3, king h1, queen h3, there's rook h2. Okay, so the first move, we agree. But the second move, yes. Yeah. Paul just said it. You're good, Paul. What's your rating? Okay, so basically whatever white does right now, if white goes away, rook g3. If white takes, again rook g3, and this is winning. So, cool. Next one. This is white to move. So it's good that you're thinking about checks, but check is not the most accurate move here, unfortunately. So I think you are mainly thinking about material when you should be thinking about how the king is so ready to be mated. So yeah, you want to play rook h3, but right now you can't because of the bishop on c8. So the same way that in another puzzle you did that queen a8 to distract the rook on d8, for those of you who remember. So think about a move to try and distract the piece that's defending. Yes, so I got one correct answer so far that I know of. Yes, Joseph is right. Yeah, so I'm going to show you because I want to get through some more puzzles. But yeah, so basically knight d7 is the right one, but you're just trying to distract or block. Well, I like to call it distracting because it is kind of distracting, the c8 bishop. And the idea is that if you take with anything besides the bishop, rook h3 is mate. So you have to take with the bishop, but now you have enough time to play rook f3. And after rook f3, depending on pretty much whatever black does, you are going to take this. And if bishop takes back, mate. If king moves away, again, mate. So yeah, pretty cool. This one is also white to move. This is a game by Petrosian. I'm assuming the world champion because the age also matches. The year. Oops. Okay, interference. Distracting. Interference. So it's almost the same idea of interference, distraction, whatever you want to call it. Because, so ideally you would want to play rook e5 and mate. But you can't do that right now because the bishop on d4 is defending it. So Suresh and Paul, and I'm assuming a bunch of other people, found it. And yeah, so you take on d4. The idea is that with whatever it takes, check, and then mate. Cool. This one is also white to move. Thank you, Nick, for the English lessons. I really don't know their names. I just call them distraction. I think I have my first correct response. Well, I mean, it's Anand. Why wouldn't I say it's right?
The Anand, no doubt.
All right. So yeah, for those of you who are trying to figure out which move to think about first, always think about checks, just as even as a glance, just to know that they're there and what ideas do they hold. So yeah, rook f5, and the idea is you kind of have to take it, then you get the check, he can only go one place, and then the knight finishes the job. Great, let's do one more. This one is, I mean, yeah, it's a good one. So keep thinking about checks, and if the checks don't work, then takes. If the takes don't work, then the moves with threats. So I'm seeing different ideas, which seems like they are all connected. So instead of giving me just the first move, give me more. Yeah, okay. Paul, you're right. I mean, you typed wrong, but you're right. Okay, now you got it. So yeah, for those of you who are thinking about bishop f5 first, I think that would work, but bishop f5 unfortunately gives the move g6 to black, so it's easier, instead of giving your opponent chances to try and block, g6 is much more forcing. So you just play g6, if king g6, bishop f5. If king h6, what if king h6? Because, whoops, if g6, we said if take, check, mate. So what about just move? Just king moves. So, I don't know, I don't want to, so I'm getting f5 ideas, but I don't want to play f5 because if you play f5, you're kind of, whoops, well, kind of gave it away, but if you play f5, then king has this square to go. So that's why I wouldn't want to play that. And yeah, just Oh my god, why can't I play bishop f5? There we go. Just this wins, because if you take, now I can give you check and it's kind of mate because g6 pawn is protected. So like you all had the right idea, you wanted to defend the g6 pawn to checkmate, but bishop f5 is more accurate. And fun fact, so this was a game by Yusupov, and in the game he didn't play g6, he simply played rook d8, which is still holds advantage, but the problem is that gives the opponent room to breed with g6. And then like rook f6, and it's not mate anymore. So yeah, let's see. Should we do one more, or you want to call it a day?
It's up to you.
Let's see, maybe one more. Yeah, this one is not that hard. Let's do one more. Oh wait, Paul knows Farsi. Wow. Oh come on, Paul, it's the last one. And Brian Clark got it. Yeah. Okay, so basically you give this check. If you run away, just say thank you. And if take, knight. That's pretty cool, huh? Well, I do have more puzzles, but that's all the time I have for tonight. I hope you guys enjoyed it. And yeah, doing these puzzles are kind of fun. So until next time.